Every year, more than 100,000 people in the United States die from blood clots. And here's something most people don't know. Most of those clots start silently in the legs. That's right. Deep vein thrombosis, or DVT, is a dangerous condition where a blood clot forms in a deep vein, usually in the lower leg, thigh, or pelvis. It can happen without warning. No fever, no trauma. Just swelling, maybe a little pain, or a feeling of tightness in one leg. But that tiny clot? It can break free, travel up to the lungs, and kill you within minutes. If you're over 60, this is something you need to take very seriously. As we get older, our circulation slows down. Our blood gets thicker, we move less, we sit more, and our body becomes less efficient at breaking down blood clots. That's why seniors are the most vulnerable. But here's the good news. There's one natural nutrient, often overlooked, that may help dissolve these clots, prevent new ones from forming, and keep your blood flowing safely. And no, it's not one of the usual vitamins like vitamin D or vitamin C. It's a very special compound found in fermented food, and its name is nattokinase. Most people have never even heard of it, but in countries like Japan, where seniors have some of the longest lifespans in the world, nattokinase is part of their regular diet, and it works like magic for blood flow. Let's talk about why blood clots are so dangerous, especially in the legs. When your blood is moving freely, it carries oxygen and nutrients to every part of your body. But when circulation slows, especially in the legs, your blood can start to pool. This is even more likely if you've been sitting for a long time, like during long car rides, flights, or if you've been resting after a surgery. The blood becomes stagnant, it starts to thicken, and eventually it forms a clot. This clot can block the vein in your leg and cause pain, swelling, and redness. But even worse, if it breaks loose, it can travel to your lungs and cause a pulmonary embolism, a medical emergency that can kill you quickly. Now imagine this happening without you even knowing you were at risk. This is why it's often called the silent killer. Seniors must be extra careful because with age comes reduced activity, weaker circulation, and more chances of sitting for long periods. You might think you're just relaxing, but your blood may be quietly thickening. So what can you do? This is where nattokinase comes in. Nattokinase is a powerful enzyme extracted from natto, a traditional Japanese dish made by fermenting soybeans with a special bacteria. It may not look or smell great, but it contains a natural enzyme that has been shown to help break down fibrin, the protein that forms the backbone of blood clots. When you have too much fibrin in your system, your blood becomes sticky and prone to clotting. Nattokinase helps dissolve this fibrin, allowing your blood to flow more freely and safely. Think of it like a natural blood thinner, but without the dangerous side effects of prescription drugs. In fact, several scientific studies have shown that nattokinase increases your body's natural ability to break down clots. In a study published in the journal Scientific Reports, nattokinase supplementation was found to significantly increase something called fibrinolytic activity, which means the body's ability to break down clots. Another study in the journal Nutrients showed that nattokinase not only helped dissolve existing clots, but also improved circulation and lowered blood pressure. These aren't just small benefits. These are life-saving effects, especially for seniors. But nattokinase doesn't work alone. There's another important player in this blood clot story, vitamin K2. And not just any kind of K2. The most effective form is called MK7. Vitamin K2 works differently than nattokinase. It doesn't break down clots directly. Instead, it helps prevent the buildup of calcium in your arteries and veins. You see, one of the lesser-known causes of blood clots is arterial calcification. This is when calcium builds up in the wrong places, inside your arteries and blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow. When blood can't flow smoothly through these tight spaces, clots are more likely to form. That's where vitamin K2 comes in. K2 helps direct calcium into your bones, where it belongs, and keeps it out of your arteries and veins. Think of K2 as your body's traffic controller. It makes sure calcium stays in the right place. In a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, higher intakes of vitamin K2 were linked to a 50% lower risk of arterial calcification and heart disease. That's huge, especially considering how common calcification becomes after age 60. And when you combine vitamin K2 with nattokinase, you get a powerful natural duo that not only dissolves existing clots, but also helps prevent new ones from forming. One enzyme breaking down the fibrin, one vitamin keeping the blood vessels clean. Together, they protect your legs, your heart, and your brain. Now let's talk about early warning signs you should never ignore, because your body often whispers before it screams. If you ever notice sudden swelling in just one leg, especially in the calf area, that's a red flag. If the leg feels warm to the touch or looks red or discolored, don't ignore it. If you have unexplained cramping or pain in one leg when walking, this could be a sign of a clot or poor circulation. And if your veins suddenly appear larger or more visible, take note. These are signs that your blood is not flowing properly. If any of these happen, don't wait. Seek medical attention, but also start thinking long-term about how to protect yourself naturally. The key is prevention. That's why incorporating nattokinase and vitamin K2 into your daily routine can be so powerful. Now, you might ask, can I get these nutrients from food? Good question. Nattokinase is found in natto, as we mentioned earlier. But unless you're eating natto regularly, and let's be honest, most people outside of Japan aren't, you'll need a supplement. Most studies use doses of about 100 to 200 milligrams of nattokinase per day. It's important to take it on an empty stomach because food can reduce its absorption. As for vitamin K2, the best sources are fermented foods like natto, hard cheeses like Gouda and Edam, pasture-raised egg yolks, and grass-fed animal products. But again, it's hard to get enough K2 just from food, especially if you're eating a standard Western diet. That's why many seniors benefit from a daily K2 supplement, usually in the MK7 form. A dose of 100 to 200 micrograms per day is generally recommended. It's best taken with a meal that contains some fat to improve absorption. And if you're already on blood thinners, make sure to talk to your doctor before starting nattokinase or K2. While they're natural, they do affect blood flow, and combining them with prescription drugs could be risky without supervision. But for most healthy seniors, these nutrients can be a game changer. Now, besides supplements, there are some very simple things you can do to improve circulation and reduce your risk of clots. First, move your body regularly. Even light walking for 10 to 15 minutes a few times a day can make a big difference. When you move your legs, especially your calves, you help push blood back up toward your heart. Second, elevate your legs when you rest. This helps blood return to the upper body and reduces pooling in the lower limbs. Third, stay hydrated. Dehydration thickens the blood and increases the risk of clotting. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. Fourth, avoid sitting for long periods. If you're watching TV, reading, or traveling, make sure to stand up and move every hour. Stretch. March in place. Lift your heels up and down to activate your calf muscles. Fifth, wear compression socks if recommended by your doctor. These help improve blood flow in the legs and can prevent swelling. Lastly, eat a diet rich in circulation-boosting foods like leafy greens, garlic, beets, turmeric, fatty fish, and nuts. These foods help reduce inflammation, relax blood vessels, and thin the blood naturally. You can also add natural herbs like ginger, cayenne pepper, and cinnamon, all known for their blood thinning and circulation improving effects. But none of this matters if you don't take it seriously. The truth is, many seniors don't realize how fragile their circulation becomes after 60. We assume pain is normal, swelling is just aging, but these are not normal. They are signs, warnings, clues from your body. And if you listen to them now, you can avoid suffering later. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. You don't want to wait until you're lying in a hospital bed, struggling to breathe, wishing you had paid attention. You want to take control today. That's the power of awareness. That's the power of action. And that's the power of understanding what your body truly needs. So if you're a senior, or if you love someone who is, please remember this. Blood clots in the legs are dangerous, but they're not unbeatable. With the right information, the right supplements, and a few lifestyle changes, you can protect yourself. You can stay active, stay strong, stay alive. And it all starts with that one powerful vitamin, nattokinase, and its partner, vitamin K2. Together, they could help dissolve blood clots, prevent heart attacks, improve circulation, and add years to your life. And now, you know the truth. So now that you understand how nattokinase and vitamin K2 can help break down dangerous blood clots in your legs and prevent new ones from forming, it's time to go deeper into how to use them properly, what foods can support this natural healing process, and how to change daily habits to protect your circulation for life. Because once you know the danger of blood clots, especially in seniors, the next step is to build a defense system that works every day. And that defense starts in your kitchen, in your supplement routine, and in the way you move. Let's start with the foods that naturally support healthy blood flow and clot prevention. The first food you should know about is natto. Yes, the same Japanese fermented soybean dish where nattokinase is originally found. It might have a sticky texture and a strong smell, but it is incredibly powerful. Just 1 tablespoon a day provides more than enough nattokinase enzyme to help thin the blood naturally. If you can't find natto or don't like its taste, don't worry. Nattokinase is widely available in supplement form. Most supplements contain 100 milligrams to 200 milligrams of nattokinase per capsule, and research shows that taking this amount daily on an empty stomach supports healthy circulation, lowers blood pressure, and reduces the risk of clots. But as important as nattokinase is, it's not enough by itself. You also need vitamin K2, particularly the MK7 form. And one of the best ways to get K2 from your food is through fermented products like Gouda cheese, Edam cheese, and natto. These foods are rich in K2 and help direct calcium away from your arteries and into your bones. That helps reduce arterial stiffness, lower the risk of calcification, and make your blood vessels more elastic and healthy. Other good sources of vitamin K2 include grass-fed butter, organ meats like liver, pasture-raised egg yolks, and fermented dairy products like kefir. Most seniors, however, don't eat enough of these foods daily, which is why a supplement is often recommended. A daily dose of 100 micrograms to 200 micrograms of vitamin K to MK7 is considered safe and effective, especially when taken with food that contains some healthy fat, like avocado, nuts, or olive oil, which boosts absorption. Together, nattokinase and K2 form a powerful combo. But you still need to support these nutrients with your habits, because no supplement can do its job if your lifestyle is working against it. And one of the worst habits for blood clots is prolonged sitting. When you sit for hours, watching TV, reading, or using a computer, your leg muscles are inactive. That means your calf muscles aren't pumping blood back up to the heart, and blood starts pooling in your legs. Over time, this pooling can thicken the blood and increase the risk of clots. So here's a golden rule for seniors. Move every hour. Even just standing up, stretching your legs, or doing ankle circles can help. Better yet, take a 2-minute walk every hour during the day. It stimulates blood flow, reduces inflammation, and helps keep your vessels clean. And if walking isn't easy for you, try chair exercises or water aerobics. Anything that activates your muscles is good for your veins. The next important habit is hydration. Seniors often don't feel thirsty even when their body needs water, but dehydration thickens the blood, making it more prone to clotting. You should aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. Herbal teas like ginger, hibiscus, or turmeric tea also count and come with extra anti-inflammatory benefits. Another simple trick: start your morning with a glass of warm water and a squeeze of lemon. It wakes up your digestion and helps your circulation first thing in the morning. Now, let's look at other nutrients that support what nattokinase and K2 are doing. Omega-3 fatty acids are excellent natural blood thinners. Found in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, they help reduce inflammation and prevent blood platelets from sticking together. That reduces clot risk and improves heart health. If you don't eat fish, take a high-quality fish oil supplement with at least 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA. Another great nutrient is magnesium. It relaxes blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and helps prevent calcification. Leafy greens, almonds, bananas, and pumpkin seeds are all rich in magnesium. You can also consider a supplement, especially if you have leg cramps or sleep issues, which may be signs of low magnesium. Then there's turmeric, one of the best natural anti-inflammatories known. It contains curcumin, which helps reduce blood thickness, improve circulation, and support the lining of your arteries. Adding a pinch of turmeric and black pepper to your daily meals, or taking a curcumin supplement, can make a real difference. Garlic is another clot-busting food. It improves blood flow, lowers cholesterol, and helps prevent platelets from clumping together. You can eat raw garlic, roasted garlic, or take an odorless garlic supplement. Cinnamon and cayenne pepper also help thin the blood naturally and boost circulation, making them great additions to your diet. But just as important as what you add is what you avoid. Some habits and foods are known to increase clot risk, especially in seniors. The biggest culprit: processed foods, packaged snacks, white bread, sugary drinks, and fried foods all promote inflammation and can thicken the blood. High sodium foods can also raise blood pressure and stress your arteries. Trans fats, which are often found in baked goods and fast food, can damage your blood vessel lining, increasing the risk of plaque and clot formation. So, limit or eliminate these foods. Instead, focus on whole, natural foods: vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and healthy fats like olive oil and avocado. If you drink alcohol, keep it moderate, no more than 1 drink per day. And if you smoke, quitting is one of the best things you can do for your circulation. Smoking damages the lining of your blood vessels, increases clotting factors, and reduces oxygen in your blood. Even secondhand smoke is dangerous. Now, let's talk about some hidden danger zones. One of the most overlooked causes of blood clots in seniors is long-distance travel. Whether by plane, bus, or car, sitting for hours can trigger clot formation in the legs. If you're planning a trip, make sure to stand, stretch, and walk around every hour. Drink water regularly and wear compression socks if recommended by your doctor. Another hidden trigger is certain medications. Some hormone therapies, cholesterol-lowering drugs, and even some antidepressants may increase clotting risk. Always ask your doctor whether your medications may affect blood thickness or circulation. And if you've already had a clot or are at high risk, talk to your healthcare provider before starting any supplement, especially if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, aspirin, or clopidogrel. Nattokinase and K2 are powerful but should be used with care if you're already on anticoagulants. That said, many seniors use them safely under guidance, especially if they want to reduce medication dependence or improve circulation naturally. Now, to make things even easier, here's a sample anti-clot routine for seniors. Morning. Start with a glass of warm water with lemon. Take 100 milligrams of nattokinase on an empty stomach. After breakfast, take 100 micrograms of vitamin K, 2mK7 with your meal. Add in omega-3s and magnesium if you're supplementing. Have a light walk for 10 to 15 minutes after breakfast. Lunch. Include leafy greens, a protein source like beans or fish, and a serving of fermented food like yogurt or cheese. Drink water throughout the day. Midday. Elevate your legs for 15 minutes. Do ankle rolls or calf stretches. Dinner. Keep it light. Include turmeric, garlic, and steamed veggies. After dinner, go for another short walk or stretch session. Before bed, drink a small herbal tea like chamomile or hibiscus. This routine supports natural clot breakdown, reduces inflammation, and keeps your blood flowing freely. Over time, these small daily choices lead to big results: better circulation, less swelling, reduced leg pain, and a lower risk of serious complications like stroke or pulmonary embolism. But beyond all the facts, science, and routines, here's the truth: your body wants to heal. Even if you're 70, 80, or 90 years old, your blood can still flow freely, your arteries can still open, your legs can still carry you with strength, but only if you give your body the tools it needs. Don't wait for a crisis to make a change. Most people don't act until they're in the ER, scared and confused. You don't have to be that person. You have the power right now to protect your life. And the tools are simple: nattokinase, vitamin K2, whole foods, hydration, movement, awareness. With these, you can prevent blood clots naturally, support your heart and brain, and enjoy a longer, more active life. You can walk with confidence, sleep without swelling, travel without fear, and wake up each day knowing you're doing something good for your body. So if you found this helpful, please share it with someone you care about. It could save their life. Blood clots may be silent, but you don't have to be. Speak up, take action, and remember this: you are never too old to protect your health, never too late to feel better, never too weak to get stronger, and never too far gone to start again. Your body is ready. Now it's your turn.